Hello YouTube, it's Mr. Rivera here back at the West Island Model Railroad Club, and today I have a special video again, a product review from Scale Trains. This is the ES44AC. I happen to have the CSX version here. This is fantastic. I will tell you right now, without question, this is the best GEVO ever produced in HO scale. I've looked at this GEVO up close compared to my Intermountain, my obviously Broadway Limited, the Athearn Genesis I also have the MTH. None of them come close. But just so we have even more of a more detailed comparison, I also brought my Overland Brass model here, just so you can see how good the Scale Trains version is. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at it up close, and we'll see more of this detail on this incredible GEVO. Well, we're taking a look here on the right side of the cab. This has got a full interior. You notice that CSX models on their ES44s, they have the steerable trucks on the bottom. That's also present on the model. One of the things the Scale Train set out to do is they wanted to make this the most prototypical model that's available on any GEVO that was ever produced. And you'll notice that every road-specific detail is on here. All the see-through vents, it comes with the ESU loc sound, LED lighting. There's walkway lighting on this engine. It's just beautiful detail. We're going to move to the back. We're going to take a look on this incredible engine. Now we're taking a look here at the rear. You can see all the rear detail. That knuckle coupler that Scale Trains installs is a metal coupler. It's a great detail on the back here. Look at those MU hoses on there. The truck detail on the bottom. Roller bearing caps. See-through vents. We're going to take a look on the side of the engine here at the rear. I'm going to show you the bracing that they put behind the see-through grills. You're going to see all that. We're going to take a look at that on the right side of the engine towards the rear. Now you can see here in the back we have the see-through vents. You can see where the speaker is mounted underneath the bottom. This allows the sound to create a great sound coming out of the engine. And you'll notice that you can see the bracing in the back. The handrails, when I talk about the handrails, a lot of people like the Athearn prototypical handrails, but they're too brittle. These are the perfect handrails because they don't break, they're very thin, but they're not brittle. And that's the thing that makes Scale Trains, again, a superior model. It's the quality control is there. So you're getting, this is not just another GEVO, this is the GEVO. This is the one that's the best, especially when it comes to the Tier 3 market. There's a litter of them, but this is the best one. So you're talking about $280. This is the reason why this engine is as expensive as it is, because it is the best one on the market. It's got every detail that you could possibly imagine on it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the left side of the engine. I'll show you more. As with all CSX AC traction engines, you notice that it has the lightning bolt, again pointing in the right direction. Look at the paint. I don't know of any manufacturer who can do the paint as good as Scale Trains. This paint looks like it's almost metal. If by looking at this video, it doesn't look plastic at all. And all the detail you can see on the separately applied parts, it's just beautiful. And we're gonna run along the back. I'm gonna show you the long hood. We got to see more. It's just great. So you notice here again we have those grill braces in the back of the engine. It just looks so good. It just the radiators on this engine are just all the separately applied parts. Just looks, nothing here is just molded together. And this is why Rivet Counter is fast becoming the best and the most sought after line on the HO scale market, because it's got brass quality in an affordable price point. So also one thing to mention, also when seeing this engine and picking it up, it's heavy. It's a heavy engine, so it's not one of those light, brittle, detailed engines. This thing can pull too. It's got fantastic pulling power. So let's go take a look at the front. I'm going to show you one of the variations the CSX has regarding the crew door on the front of the engine. So here we are in the front of the engine. Yes, you'll see also the MU hoses again. Detail. There's nothing left out. There's nothing left on this engine. They got the camera and the windshield. The number boards are lit. Obviously everything's LED with the lights, and you look at the cab door. Again, they put the correct side, because sometimes there are different variations or different versions where the cab door is either on the right side or the left side of the engine. Again, Scale Trains per road specific and road number specific engines, they get it right. So again, this is a price point, an engine that you're going to find nothing that matches this quality. Nothing that matches that. There's nobody comes close. And when you look at the mirrors, the windshield wipers, everything's there. The cab interior, it's hard to see it, but when you look up close, it's really pretty. It's really beautiful. So it looks really good. I'm blown away by this. And now I'm going to show you another version that we have here. We have one of our club members has another GEVO here that happens to be a Kansas City Southern, and we're going to take a look at that one as well real quickly. All right, so here's the Kansas City Southern, the ES44 here. If you notice, the door on the cab entrance is on the right side of the engine as opposed to the left on the CSX version. Again, Scale Trains did the full thorough detail when it comes to each specific road and road number of the variants, and that's what you're going to get with these engines. You're not going to get somebody who makes a cookie cutter GEVO and says, okay, fine, we're just mass producing it and repaint it. This is authentic, and one of the things I love about this version of the KCS, especially again with the paint, the silver on the roof on this engine is beautiful. I mean, it's unlike anything I've seen before from any offering from any other company. Again, Scale Trains is the frontline leader when it comes to detail, color, accuracy, pulling power, performance. You name it, every category they excel at. And again, the price may be kind of high on these units, but you're paying a premium price point and you're getting a great value. Everything there's nothing in this engine I can say that's poor at all. There's nothing that I can say that's wrong with it. And so now, enough with the talking. Let's just hear it start up. We're gonna listen to it. It sounds phenomenal. Wow, those GEVOs, they sound amazing. Now, for the best part of this video here, we're going to take a look side by side. On the right side, we have the Overland models brass. On the left, you have the Scale Trains ES4 GEVO. You can see the difference. Okay, the difference. The Scale Trains is just incredible in the front. You can see the coupler. Even then, even though the brass one comes with the metal KD coupler, the Scale Trains one looks more prototypical. You can see the hoses in front of the Scale Trains unit that's not present on the brass unit. Now I know this. Let me explain for all the brass folks out there. I know one is like this brass unit here is about, I think, almost 10 years 8 or 10 years, I think it's been out. I got this one, and it's been out for a while. And scale trains was a more recent tooling, but you can see how far that scale train has come. Even the plastic, as in total, of this in total in this whole industry, how much is caught up to the brass quality. We're gonna look at on the top of the engine. I want you to see this blue paint side by side. It's gonna blow you away. You hear again side by side. The one on the lower part of the screen is the brass, overland brass. The one on the top of the screen is the scale trains. But look at the blue. Look how it reflects. It's like metal. I mean, I've never seen a blue that's painted on plastic look metallic. It is just comparing. Again, the overland is made out of brass, and it's $1,000 for the overland brass. It's $280 for the scale trains. Okay, it's just look at side by side. Look at the detail on top of the radiator. It's just both of these engines look incredible, but in terms, and especially in considering how old the brass one is, it's aged completely well, I would say. But in terms of price and quality and pulling power and performance and sound, remember, brass engines don't come with sound. I had to add sound into this engine, so you're looking at $1,100 for the one on the bottom versus the one on the top, which is $280 all in. Like, it's nothing. You don't need to do anything. Everything's all applied. Everything's all there. So again, I'm comparing this to show you how good of a value that scale trains is. Even at almost $300 an engine, you're getting a great deal. And I can't stress this enough that this engine is the best GEVO on the market. You got more road numbers to choose from, more road names to choose from. They have this constantly on a release cycle, meaning that you're going to be able to get more and more. And they just announced another run that they're going to be doing for next year. There's more chances to buy these. The brass, it's like if you can find one, good luck. But scale trains, you can get them, and you can build a fleet of engines around it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the back of it. Again, on the left side of your screen, you will still notice the brass, and then on the right side of the screen is the scale trains. But again, you're going to see that the light housing on the brass is different from the scale trains. You're going to see the slight variation because the brass one is the earlier version of GEVO, the slight different variants. So you'll notice that's also correct. There's slight modifications made to the GEVOs as they were produced, but you can see the detail overall. The brass looks really good. It looks really good. But again, look at the scale trains right there. It's just, look at the handrails. The handrails in the color where the yellow comes on the handrails. It's side by side, almost identical. And if you weren't, really paying attention, you couldn't tell the difference between the two. And there's one more thing I'm going to show you, and that's the side. And this is going to be the overall big winner for me. You'll see what I'm talking about. Now here we're looking at the overland brass model here. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. One of the things that I love about the overland brass model that the scale trains does not have, you can probably modify a bit. It's from the factory. We're just comparing from the factory. Look at the window tint on the overland brass. It is dark. It is like you can't see anything from the side there. It's very nicely done. But look at the CSX logo on the long hood. And I'm going to show you something that's going to blow your mind when you see this. I'm going to zoom in here a little closer. Okay, it's not bad. Okay, it's just that you notice that the CSX logo has like no spacing in between it. Like the doors are just flat. Everything is just flat. And let's go ahead and take a look at the scale trains version, and you're gonna be blown away. All right, so here we're looking at the scale trains version. Now you notice that again, like we showed on the overland brass model, the overland brass has that gorgeous window tint, which is nice. Don't get me wrong. That's a real nice touch. It's something that I would like to see scale trains, put on in the future. But it's fine. As far as that's the only downside I would say with this engine. But I want to show you something that the brass engine didn't have versus what the scale trains version does have. Look at the CSX logo. We're gonna zoom in here real quick. Look at that. I want you to show what's so special. Look at the doors on this version here. There's more detail. You look at the logo. there's lines in between where the doors would open on the long hood. Was not present on the brass model. Remember, the brass model is almost $800 more than this engine is. But you can see the detail on the doors, on the long hood, on the logos, and this is present on all of the Scale Trains model. All of them have this. Where's more detail, more fine detail even on the doors. This gives that real 3D look, and where the hatches are on the door latches, you can see them. They're there. The hinges are there. It's just, the detail is far more, it's present more. You can see it on the Scale Trains one. It's not even hard to see. Even if we zoom out here, you can see how well it is. Both of these models look great. They both have the see-through grills. I mean, they're just great. And but the Scale Trains one, to me, is the best GEVO on the market. So I like this engine so much that I bought 6 of them, and I'm going to be buying more in the future. I know they announced a new run for next year, and I'm going to be getting some more. They are kind of expensive for a plastic engine, but it's well worth it. The pulling power, the sound, the log sound, the way it runs out of the box, the way it pulls, the heavy weight. It does everything that the brass engine does as far as detail, but it does more. It has the pulling power of all the other engines that I've seen on the market. It has everything. It's the best GEVO ever made. I don't know anything else I can possibly say, and I'm not sponsored. Full disclaimer, I'm not sponsored by Scale Trains or Overland or any manufacturer out there. I buy products just like you guys do, but I want to give you guys a good showcase of what these engines look like. And as we zoom out here, before we end the video, I want you guys to see both side by side. And for you guys who are out there who are brass fans, I like brass too, don't get me wrong, it's great, but looking at the two here, you just, it's, you know, $1,000, $280, you know, and look at the detail. It's just, it's night and day. It's not even, like, nothing else on the market looks as good as the Scale Train does. And even the Overland can't put all the detail like the Scale Trains can. So LED lighting, log sound installed. You got the chassis lights on the bottom. Oh, that's truck lights, chassis lights, but truck lights underneath the bottom of the chassis. It's just, it's beautiful. Guys, enough of me rambling on. Go get yourself one. You can still get these. You can also pre-order some for next year. If you can't afford them this year, get them next year. If you're not a GEVO fan, well, I'm sorry, but this is the definitive model. It's the best looking GEVO on the market, and I hope you guys really found this video useful. And I hope you like the scenery here at the West Island Club. I enjoy coming down here and uploading these videos for you guys, and I hope this helps you make a good decision what you want to buy. So until next time, guys, we'll see you in the next video. Take care.